price. Oh, there we go. You guys hear me okay? Morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? What's up? Alrighty, y'all. Well, I'm running a little bit late, so I'm gonna go ahead and get right to it. I'm just gonna alert everybody here one more time, let them know that I am live. What's up? Good morning. There we go. Alrighty. Good morning, good morning. Alright. What's up? Good morning, everybody. We're going to talk about pre-market. We're going to talk about everything here for just a little bit. Good morning, Thomas. Tomas, sorry. Gave you the TH. Alrighty. So we're going to go ahead and get to it. U.S. stock index futures slipped after Wall Street's dramatic late rally in the previous sessions, with developments raging around the world, Ukraine keeping investors on edge. But in fact, futures have picked back up from there, and we currently have them around 431. So we do have a gap up currently, but European stock indexes rebounded to trade higher on bargain hunting. Asian shares also ended higher in currencies, and the euro studied following a sharp decline in previous day, and Russian ruble also recovered. The safe haven dollar firmed against a basket of currencies and commodities. Oil prices were little changed following sharp rise in the session, and gold prices lost ground. Markets will have to work through another spat of economic figures that include consumer spending, personal consumption expenditures, price index, and consumer sentiment, and pending home sales. And that is your economic data for today as well. Of course, missiles have been continuing to hit Kyiv as Ukraine capital awaits Russian assault. Unfortunately, that is in progress as we speak. Drug distributors agree to finalize opioid sentiment. The three largest drug distributors have agreed to finalize a proposed sentiment resolving claims by state and local governments that help fuel the U.S. opioid epidemic. The company has said the U.S. Environment Enforcement Agency has dropped activity, has dropped. It seems kind of irrelevant to this headline. So, China's Shein shelves U.S. IPO plans again due to uncertain markets. Chinese fashion retailer Shein is no longer going to be on the list of companies set to list here on our stock market. So, Stocks to watch today, and they are on my watch list. Square, the payments of the Twitter founded Jack Dorsey, posted better than expected fourth quarter profits thanks to a highly volatile Bitcoin market and booming online retail. The fourth quarter pre-profit, which did not include the Afterpay beat forecast of analysts at RBC Capital Markets and Jefferies, according to their research notes. Total revenue of 4.8 billion or 4.08 billion in the quarter from 3.16 billion a year earlier, was gross profit jumped 47% to 1.18 billion. Beyond Meat also had earnings. The company said annual revenue below estimates on Thursday as it faced stiffer competition amid flat demand for plant-based protein. The company said that it expects a 560 million to 620 million in 2020 compared to the estimate of 637 million. So they did pose a larger loss with $1.27 per share in the fourth quarter versus estimates for a loss of 71 cents per share. So what's up, y'all? Keep China comments. Also, other stocks, Coinbase, the U.S. cryptocurrency exchange, on Thursday reported a surge in quarterly trading volumes on a sequential basis of volatility and prices drew in retail traders, but warned that growth could slow in the current quarter. Trading volume jumped more than 67% to 547 billion in the quarter ended December 31st, with retail trading around 32% of the volumes and crypto assets becoming 68% of total trading. Dell Technologies, the company said on Thursday it expects PC backlog to balloon in the first quarter to supply chain constraints and reported a quarterly profit miss. All right, so that's about it. We did have, I think, earnings on Lee. Lee did gap up to around 28.21. I don't know if they've released those earnings, but let's see here. Yeah, they did. They beat. Not bad, but not enough. Right. Hold on one second. Alrighty, y'all. So other than that, as I said before, economic events, we've got personal income, personal consumption, core PCI prices, course index year over year and month over month, PCI prices, price index month over month and year over year, durable goods. We've got sentiment final, U.S. Michigan sentiment final, pending home sales, pending home, Dallas Fed PCE as well. So we do have some high impact data points coming in as well today. So those are things to keep in mind. Not much as far as earnings are concerned that I find exciting or anything like that today. So but the stocks that did have earnings, which include BYD and Square, Square does look good sitting up around 114. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about the overall market and what I'm going to be expecting going into, potentially going into today. So, mRNA is near gap close. Would you look? Where's it at? It's at 160.25. I think I said 160.25. Hot damn. Thanks, dude. I didn't even see that. Yeah, if you still have mRNA, great job. Morning, everybody. All right, so let's talk about SPY really quick and where we're at. Okay, so I've seen a couple people draw or have this same chart, which is great. But looking at SPY right now, and proposing that this could be a support here. We did gap up, and usually when we gap up, I'm a little bit more bearish. But here's the deal, guys. It's Friday. We have a long weekend with war happening, tensions now with China over Taiwan added to the mix of what is already currently happening. Now, we do have the Kremlin obviously talking about, and this is what we talked about previously, is if, the Kremlin steps up and says, like, we're willing to talk and let things die down, that could potentially rally things. So right now we have SPY up around 430. 13. I have the main resistance for me right above us is 431.73. So I'm watching this one and most major indexes because just because I have this pattern set up doesn't mean that it's going to, like, it has to happen. We could very well continue to fall, but today is going to be a pivotal day for me sentiment wise, because we do have this gap to the upside, and if war calms down, war type issues calm down, and if data comes in that's better than expected, we could see SPY move into the 446 level where this gap remains, which would drive most other stocks that are similar, including Apple, which has gapped up here today. And believe me, Apple can and will gap and go. Look at this first hourly candle on Apple and tell me how fun that probably would have been to trade. So that being said, there's the potential for the gap fill. If you're going to take the gap fill trade, you just need to look for either a rejection off of that 164.38. But if SPY moves up, then I can only anticipate Apple and Microsoft and the game doing the same thing. Now, because it is a long weekend and there is war, there could also have the opposite sentiment where we fill that gap and then flush all the way down to like 160 on Apple. And then for SPY, I would anticipate a 420 retest and maybe even more. But nice. Wow, 1500% play by Heck on Facebook, guys. I know some people took Heck's play. That's a amazing job, dude. Nice. So anyway, try not to be biased today either. Obviously, always, I think the market, is bearish, but we're also a forward-thinking market. So if there's thinking that we might see peace, I also have some corresponding resistances on the Qs. So I would imagine seeing a recovery at the least. So what's the holiday on Monday? Do we have a holiday? I don't have a holiday. Oh, long weekend. I mean long as in like data wise, I guess. All right. Yeah, it's gonna feel like it's gonna be a long weekend. There's war. Like, I guess that was a bad way to word that. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, we gotta go trading on Monday again. Um, keeping you on your toes. Yeah, I just meant that's a lot. There's a lot to go through. It's a lot to swing through. You know what I mean? Exactly. Top shelf. I said long weekends. It feels long. We're waiting. Yeah, exactly. um. All right. So anyway, that's the Q's spy. Um, the watch list today. We're gonna stick with Apple. I don't know if I'm interested, truthfully, to take any big scalp on. I may at the bell just watch the first 5 minute candle and watch this rejection point of 167, 165.27. Um, please don't take any large bets today, guys. If you're struggling this week, I don't think that it's going to get better on a Friday. If you use today and you use weeklies, I want you guys to know that the percentage of people losing money on weekly contracts that are inexperienced compared to the amount that are probably making money is not it's not good. There's the vast majority of individuals that I've talked to, taught, whatever, lose money on weeklies. So if you're looking at positions, maybe consider putting just a little bit of time behind your contracts. That way, you're not going to, as we saw yesterday, we're not going to be afflicted nearly as much. But so I have downside a couple of positions that we're going to talk about too really quickly, because they are on the watch list. So right now we've got a Lee straddle. I'm thinking I've got a 2950 and it's for March 4th. I'm thinking that one's going to be pretty green, but I also kind of expect Lee Auto to flush its gap. So I'm going to hold on to the put. So my plan is to take profit on the call and ditch the put. All right. So Snapchat, we have a March 33rd. Or excuse me, a March 33rd. That's not even a real date. We have a Snap 33 March 18th put that we are currently holding on to. Oops. This one did bounce off support. It is up against what I'm projecting to be or near a resistance, and this is coming from this downtrend right here, and that was right around 39.50. I told you guys yesterday, and it's still totally okay because we have a 40.50 call, and right now the target to the upside, if we decide to run, is about $40.90. And that's where I would suspect Snap is likely to go. I'm going to go ahead and say $40.75, which would likely complete a head and shoulders on Snapchat. Ultimately, I think that it reverses from there and we fall. But again, we will let the market show us where it wants to go rather than trying to make all of these assumptions. So we're just going to read and react. Piton. So Piton still has a little bit of an unfinished gap. This is probably one that could have done with TPing. It was actually one of the positions that I was struggling to get out of. Obviously, it was kind of overextended, but this one, I'm still seeing that same weakness that I was talking about yesterday, and you can ignore that line. I'm looking at what could potentially be the start of a wedge. A lot of the times when you're going to see a wedge, you're going to see almost like exactly what you see here. You're going to see a large push to the upside, and then you're going to see almost or all of those gains reverse. And that's often like the mouth of the wedge. And so I'm looking for Piton to possibly go up and around 32.10 or even around just $30. So and that's if the market decides to push up today. So otherwise, this one did show weakness, and I will be watching this one back below 27.37 to potentially go back down to support. But it does seem like we may be going to head to the upside. So, but when I say upside, I still mean there is more downside for Piton though. So I will let you guys know if I decide to cut that. Damn, I have an mRNA still. Okay. AA. All right, so Alcola. Those of you who swung Alcola with me, this one we have $55 puts for April 14th. This one has gapped down to 71.16. This was the bounce level from yesterday. And I'm hoping from here, we're likely going to see Alcola down to 67.37, somewhere in that range, likely going into Monday. So, when do you trade as you were always talking to people? I trade while I talk. I can do both. I'll just do it. Uh, 41.50 I'd be looking to the upside. So. Yeah, so Snapchat I'm still short on overall. I think it's gonna form that head and shoulders, but yeah, that's all I got. So last one, Apple. So this one again, a gap up. We talked about this setup and how it kind of had that rising wedge look. This one did push up. Watch for the immediate gap fill to the downside. Now, this is another one, y'all, that has gaps, right? And has targets to the upside in line with the potential recovery for SPY. And I think that this recovery would be sponsored by tensions relieved in Ukraine. Whether that just be through talks with Putin or whatever, but that would likely drive us to the upside. So I will be watching Apple to see if today or yesterday, because yesterday we took a 155 March 4th put. It was really, really risky. I told everybody I was taking one apiece, and I have a 450 call on SPY just in case, because I know that if SPY decides to rip, it's likely going to be going into next week as well, because of that news, which obviously we can't predict whether war is going to stop. But yeah, I will be watching to see how we. Yeah, it does. So real quick before we move on, I want to point you guys in the direction of the weekly chart on SPY, where just pay attention to the candles and how it still continues to move to the downside. By no means am I trying to get anybody to see the continuation to the downside, because the fact of the matter is here is that the body closed back up above this main support line, and that was the support that I told you guys was a trigger point. I also didn't expect SPY to drop all the way to 410. That gap has been filled, and if things are going to get worse, oftentimes it'll bounce before it does. So but looking back at the previous drops, where we've had these type of situations. It's never been based on always based on just one technical candle on SPY. So where we may have this doji, this almost long-legged doji here, this hammer candle nearly sitting on top of the support, it doesn't really matter if we don't make that move to the downside. So to the upside, we have to be fully prepared to see this thing even retest resistances before making another leg down if it does. But I still say that we go to 400. There is a gap down there. There's also a volume shelf right below it at 494, which is ultimately the same target that I gave you guys. I feel like I should drop a line on the chart just to, yeah, so that's the next one I have on SPY. So I don't think we crash, guys. I think we just correct. I think we'll just probably fade. But I also am, you know, it's sometimes it feels weird to play the market when you know it should be going down, but it's going up. But I mean, if you can't do that, then you just can't, you know, you shouldn't trade that day or that move. But we're just gonna have to read and react and make a decision on that today. So Microsoft, real quick, sorry guys, Microsoft does have a gap to 299.50 to the upside. So I'm gonna throw Microsoft on the list really quickly. Yeah, I didn't really get a lot of sleep last night. Okay, yeah, I see resistances everywhere that are pretty far away, like Microsoft 304. All right, y'all. It is 9:10. So if you guys want to go ahead, when does he talk today? Does anyone know when he talks today? If you got a call expiring today, you need to be taking profits, please. Did I exit snap puts? I cut one and I grabbed a call. Is it really talking though? How you feeling about the Lee? So here's my feelings on Lee. I think I'm gonna take profit on the call if it's in profit, but I think that Lee likely could flush its gap. Yo, look at Baba. Baba didn't respond at all. Watch Baba short today below 106.43 to drop down to the hold on a second, the 102.95. Oh shit. Yo, that's not good for Facebook. Futures pulling back, guys. I see a rising line already. Damn, that's crazy. And you know what's nuts is Facebook hit my man that play. Do you think we engulf the entire move from yesterday? That's what it would take. Tesla has a huge gap, which means that, well, for me, actually, it's not that big of a gap now. I think it was a little higher. I would, if I was set up right now with my hotkeys and scalping, I would probably scalp the gap on Tesla. Here's my diagnosis. If we move up first and you see low volume and hesitancy, I'm short. And I feel like we pull back, fill that gap. If we fill the gaps first, then I feel like we could bounce off of those gaps and reverse. So that's kind of where I'm at with it now. But again, you could fill those gaps, bounce, and then continue to flush. So. What is my gut for the market? My gut's telling me that we go up. Yeah. For some reason, I feel like we may see I don't know. I'm seeing futures kind of starting to give off some signs of weakness here. It's actually at its old resistance, funny enough. Its old downtrend. So yeah, personally, I think that it's 320, 432 is make it or break it for me on that. So I didn't grab an Apple call. I have the opposite. I have an Apple put and a SPY call. SPY call to hedge the Apple put. Will Apple go to 170 today? My target on Apple, I could see 167 or 166.50 up. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Damn, I feel like I could get a job on Facebook. Yeah, Apple and SPY are usually always correlated, so. All right. All right. Let's see. We got about 10 minutes till the bell. I'm gonna go get more earnings. Anybody have stock they want me to look at really quick? No, I have Piton and I'm ready to ditch it if I have to. We're long and I'm looking at it, it's showing relative weakness. So compared to everything else, it hasn't held a gap. It has been holding. So yeah, no problem. Like,
Wow. Wow. Huge bounce off of that.
all right, so on technicals, this looks bullish, right? You're up against the 200 and the 9-day moving average on the daily. Full ribbon indicators hanging up right around 26, actually 2,700, excuse me. And that's kind of where I'd be watching for Google to hit if we continue to the upside. And then past that point, it's probably a good bet to say it's going to go into the 27 30s. Otherwise, if you're looking at it bearishly, um, I would want to see this gap flushed, and I would want to see it pull back to around 2,600. So, for those of you watching SQ, watch SQ above. Yes, we do have a trade on SQ above, and this one you could flirt with weeklies if you have the risk, because SQ has a gap to 126, and on earnings, perhaps that'll give them the volatility that they need to get into that gap. Obviously, market willing. So let's go look really quick at a SQ contract. Etsy, same thing. Almost has not an identical setup, but kind of the same similar setup. So obviously you have a gap. You're up against the resistance. That's 149, 63, 150. The next one above you is the 158.77. Uh, but you're right at this rejection point where you could immediately pull back, where I would be watching Etsy to bounce at 140, 139.25, and ultimately 137.17 to stay bullish. That's halfway through this gap, well, a little bit over halfway. And if not, then I would imagine it flushes into this gap. So it actually doesn't look that great unless it does break to the upside, but it kind of looks like crap anyway. All right, so obviously SQ February 25th. So there's no cost loading on these contracts right now. I'd probably be looking at the 125 or 126 calls on SQ, which unfortunately you might have to let it die down because it could be a little bit expensive. you're feeling short on Etsy, I'll keep it on the watch list. It does, in my opinion, I could see a red candle there for sure. Um, yeah, I'm talking. March 4th for SQ, unless you're going to play weeklies, which, you know, you be careful. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, I'm wondering if the market just decides to run it. We need to break past 43. I probably won't take up this upside position unless SPY breaks. And it'd have to break. $432. Yeah. 432. All right, 4 minutes. Yeah, it was still short on DWAC. QQQ is set up the same way that SPY is. So here's what I think. Based on what I see, and just speculation, I think that we go and test resistance, and that's going to be for the Qs. Could be around 348.50. So a little, and then for SPY, SPY is a little bit further to go, and that one's 444, 445. Potentially, this thing could go and touch. So, yeah, I'm gonna sell the Lee calls at open. So let me type that out. AR Fishing, did you grab a snap call? We had snap calls for over 100% that we used to hedge ourselves. I mean, that's the difference between like streaming and, you know, obviously if I'm in the Discord, but I still have my snap, but I pretty much hedged myself out of it. Check Foot Locker. Apple levels to the to the downside 162.32, 160, 160.25, and 160 obviously 158.14. To the upside, I've got 165, and then ultimately there's a gap up there as well. So.
Morning.
Hey, what's up, man?
Not much, bro.
Yeah, pen looks good above 219, 220. It's got that would be a clean double bottom. 225.88 would be the next target above that. I did take an Apple put at the end of the day, so I will let you guys know what I do with it. But if you guys have the SPY call, then go ahead and take profit on that. And if we continue to push higher, which we can, we'll go ahead and close the Apple put. So
I'm watching the SPY rejection at 432.33 to 433.76 in that zone.
We're open.
So that's where I'll be taking some short side positions there.
All right, SPY. 31% on SPY. Okay, well that didn't work. So if you want to take Piton to the upside, I would take a $30 call for next week if it does break. And go ahead and cut it. All right, I didn't sell SPY. SPY didn't sell. I'm canceling the order.
Spoke seeing downside.
Etsy looks like downside. Things are not loading very well for me right now. Where's Etsy's gap though? 132.77. Oh my god, the spreads on Etsy are so bad. Damn.
I'm surprised.
Like, really bad. It's from earnings. That's why. All right, Apple's pushing down. Apple's gap is filled. 161.75. AA is moving positively. SQ just crossed one of my levels. SQ. Hold on. A little lotto for SQ would be a 126 call 126 call for this week. The spreads are wonky though. 126 call for this week for SQ. What's next week's? What? A 130 call is only $50 on SQ? That's pretty far. 125 call on SQ. And it's up against resistance, so you can wait for a key break above 120 if that makes you feel safer, because there is a gap below you. All right, so I still have the SPY call and the Apple put, because the Apple put right now is currently it's just sitting flat. SPY call is up 40% if you're in SPY with me. I'm about to go ahead and just cut Apple. My SPY hedge is currently outpacing my Apple put to the downside. So, you said, where was your projection on SPY? I have one at 432.13.
432.33 to 433.61 is my projection zone. So in that little, dollar range right there.
Gotcha. Yeah, break above SQ's 119.80 and 120 would probably be a good gap fill play. Otherwise, you could take SQ to the downside if it ended up closing, I'd say, below 113. SPY calls are up 50%. Apple's kind of diverging here, y'all. Yo, this is actually dope, dude. I'm making money on
downside.
Yeah, Apple's seeing downside. I'm not green on Apple, but I'm not badly red. I'm watching, but Apple needs to catch up with SPY. Otherwise, this divergence from Apple I would say, because if there's other divergences, which I do see some divergences, I would say we're going to get that rejection at 432 or at your levels as well. Etsy, if you can find a good contract, I think that one drops to 128.65, below 140. So
much that still to this day, I feel that every morning when I wake up.
I'm going to take a small short position in Amazon.
Lead puts are only down 12%. Watch this one to go. If you want, go ahead and cut the money, or cut the call if you haven't already. All right, if I can cut this SPY call, and if Apple dumps, dude, this would be perfect.
Thank you for watching, and good night.
I wonder if they're going to hold the ETFs up and let everything else dump.
And then the ETFs follow later.
Yeah.
I've never tried. I wonder if you could straddle a 0 days till like if you had a double gap, I'm looking at SQ and I'm looking at the contracts. I'm like, the 126 is super cheap, and then if you look to the downside, if it falls, it goes to 106, and the 110s are pretty cheap.
Gonna straddle it.
There's one would trump the other percentage wise.
Yeah.
I've never tried it. I'd have to experimentally do that myself.
I've never done it on 0 DTEs.
Yeah, me neither. Maybe in the beginning when I was getting caught. But currently Alcola, those of you in Alcola, just needs to make a new low at $71, and I think we're on our way to the downside. Snap hourly candle.
If you're an Amazon short with me, you're up.
If you're in the Snap straddle, or excuse me, well, yeah, I guess you could call it a straddle. 38.60. Below that mark, you can cut the call. That was just a hedge. And that would be for obviously minimal loss. Piton looks like it's doing a good job pushing to the downside. Yeah, so I'm up on SPY 450 calls, and I'm down on puts. On Apple, but not bad. Tesla's, oof, okay. Watch your upside positions, guys. I think I'm gonna close this SPY call now. I'm gonna do it. Trust my gut on that one. And what is SQ doing?
Guys, feel free to trim Amazon. I'm gonna hold a little bit longer, but I'm
Oh,
have the risk for it.
some
Do
reason
what you want to do.
he won't answer the questions. I can't really see out of the back of my head, man. As far as Lee Auto is concerned, hold on one second.
Anti-Lee, bro.
It gapped up, pushed up a little bit. I didn't even get a chance to really look at the calls. Just close. And I'm green on the puts, so I'm gonna hold. I'm watching Lee to break 25.92, and then close them. Actually like 25.10. For a potential target. If you're oof, dude, hold on. I gotta go check these Etsy contracts because I feel like that gap's gonna fill. And then SQ is looking gappy filly here too. $133 would be my target on Etsy. What is Etsy's? Oh my god, dude, the spreads. You can't even take the YOLO on it. So many people are bag holding on.
On Etsy?
Yeah, on the options chain. Otherwise, I would play it because it's dumping. Hold on a second.
Damn, that's a crazy. Yo, Rosalie?
Hello.
Rosal?
What's up?
She had posted a picture. Oh, it was posted this like 10 minutes ago. I'm just like, I'll see again. EPD had a nasty spread on the contracts. That's what she didn't sell.
No, I don't. Yeah, tell me what you need, and then I'll send it. All right. Bye.
Yeah, so if contract ever has like a super nasty spread like that, it's really hard to sell it. Like super hard to sell it. And you would know why not why. You should know that the spread's gonna be bad based off the open interest in the market.
Hello?
What's up? I can hear you.
Oh no, Peyton butt dialed me.
Oh, it's funny.
Will you signal when I exit Lee? Nah. I'm gonna hide it from all of you.
You're only gonna tell me.
Only, yeah. Yeah, of course I will. No, I missed that Etsy short. That's okay. Hey, is that a green Piton putt that I see? Oh my god, dude, she keeps butt dialing me, dude. Oh,
So weird.
hello?
Bro, my
Hello?
Amazon previews
Hold on
are
a second.
bananas right now.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Hey, what's up? Who? Yeah, sure.
There we go, Amazon. Let's go, baby. Leave. Sorry, I get excited.
I'm good on it. Yeah, I'm good. All right, bye. All right. Sorry. All right. Lee Auto put 16%. Look at Apple, guys. Is there something's happening here? What it is, I don't know. What are you doing, Apple? Apple below 161. Let's see it right here, 160.32.
Chinese state banks restrict financing for Russian commodities. Holy shit.
Oh no.
China turned their back on Russia? Interesting.
Oh, YNDX. YNDX.
Interesting. Okay. This is really evolved. This is evolving very interesting.
$20.
Very interesting.
Hey, these premiums are jacked up. Look at Etsy flushing its fucking gap. Wow. Why is YNDX pushing? Dude, Lee Auto is flushing.
Oh, are you green on that Apple put?
Nah. I'm almost green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
What
gotta
strike do you have?
155. You gotta remember I held that
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I actually played against it, so
Oh, you took it last night. Gotcha.
yeah, so I swung it. Lee Auto puts 21%. Ton puts back up around 6%. Was anybody able to get Etsy or anything like that? Man, I'm fucking jealous. It's like a lot of shorts covered. Yeah, shorts could reposition from here, and I wonder if that's what we'll see. But should you hold Etsy? Oh, did you get it? Oh, nice. I would be trimming out a lot right here. This is past my target. My target was 133. It still has the rest of its gap to fill, so that's what you're thinking too. Yeah. So let's see what happens. Apple back up above 163. That's green. Back down below 160, 130. I think we're red. You made $600. Nice job, Justin. Let's go. I don't know how you got filled in that monster, but nice. Now we watch. Guys, right now I'm eyeing the Alcola put because if we break above 73.50, 73.75, maybe even I have 73.95 actually. then we may end up going and testing resistance at $75. So.
Wow. Putin addresses Ukrainian service members and says it will be easier for us to agree if you take power into your own hands.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Just trying to fucking.
He's like, pretty much like, hey, join my team.
Those of you trading Alcola with me, grab a 75, or I'm going to grab a $75 call for, excuse me, a $76 call as a hedge on Alcola right here. All right, we're starting to climb back up. What was the level you said for Qs? 336.
I have SPY levels. I didn't look at the key levels.
Hold on a second, guys. Part of me wants to average up on Apple puts, dude. So this was really cool. I took you guys did this with me, I think. We took profit on the Apple or the SPY hedge green, 50%. And then for Apple puts, right now we are, where's it at? We're down 15 bucks. So it's pretty good. All right, so we're showing resist, guys, if we don't continue down, and this candle has about 38 minutes left. Apple closing up above 130 or 163 would signify bullishness, in my opinion. I'm still holding Li Auto, yeah. Square is kind of looking like it wants to flush more. Oh my god, I caught a bad end of that spread. Rivian Dumpy. That hourly candle's not showing a dump quite yet. So one thing to keep in mind if you're struggling with like catching hard bounces and stuff is not shorting key or psychological levels like 60s on Rivian, like waiting for them to break. Having them break would signify continuation. So check FL. I know I think I saw Foot Locker. Yeah, what about it? It is still dumping. It's going to the Davy Jones locker. Looks like it's gonna continue to dump. Yo, Apple. Say it ain't so.
What, dumping?
It's just going down right now.
Yes, to Apple.
Holy
That's
shit!
my pairs.
What did Car Gurus do?
Car Gurus, they're a website that allows you to sell your cars.
Oh, I just
It's like
what did
it's like
they
Auto
do?
Trader.
They're ripping right now. Or they
Really?
ripped. Yeah, they had earnings today, so yeah.
I didn't even know they were publicly trading.
God, I'm really thinking about averaging that, but all right. So far, guys, the analysis that we did is working out here on Apple, though, which is cool. All right, here's the moment of truth on Alcoa, y'all. Right here at 74. If it breaks 74, guys, you guys can cut the put. Yeah, I see it. I just grabbed a hedge for AA.
Full-bodied, refreshing.
Oh.
Anytime. A pleasant interlude.
I do remember when Carr went to like $600 an hour. That was awesome.
You did what?
He said Carr went to $600 an hour.
Whoa.
Yeah, this was a while ago. I think we played
Oh.
it. Where did Etsy go? Look at that rejection. Oh, look at that level.
Beautiful
Money.
Apple. Beautiful.
Yeah, no, dude. I
Well done. You might see a tiny little bounce at 161.25, but it shouldn't be much.
161. Yeah, 161.47 here.
Yeah, very close.
Guys, that was
OPEN open door shares new lows
execution.
here. The stack down
Literally
about 22%.
perfect execution on Apple.
The company
You can't,
reported
like,
quarterly
closing your
results
hedge
last night after the
green
close.
and then trading it down and be, even if we cut this for nothing, it's still dope. But I think we continue.
The company giving better than expected Q4 sales and also giving some Q1 guidance that was above the analyst consensus estimate. Despite the beat and the strong guidance, shares are seeing some profit taking today, down about 22% here near a new session low. Oscar Papa Echo November OPEN.
Dude, SQ is just dumping. I love it.
Good old SQ. Is card G halted?
It's
No, that's not. I was looking at the hourly and it looked like it was like just standing still.
You know, Snap looks like it's gonna fall.
SPY looks like it's about to poop the bed real quick.
Guys, Apple 160.50. That's the bounce zone for Apple. If we're gonna bounce and flip it and reverse it. It's gonna happen there.
That reminded me of that song.
That's right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's where I got it from.
No.
He said, "All right, Missy." Perfect spot for Apple to bounce. You're shorting Baba without me? Oh my gosh. Oh no. Hey, yo. Snap. Or SQ. Did anybody take SQ short? You said Lee on the rise? Nah, look at that Everly Campbell. What? Yeah, who took SQ short? If you took SQ short, great. 107. Damn. Dang. Apple.
There you go.
You. Dude, I love taking these. This is probably my favorite type of swing trading. Like waking up and already having the position is lit.
Yeah. Oh, I took profit on EPD Top Shelf yesterday.
Where did you?
Right at the open yesterday, I took profit on it, but I didn't swing it. I know I can't remember her name. She was having trouble closing out of position, so she should be able to close out of it now.
All right,
If she's gonna stay in, I'm not sure.
so
Pending home sales for the month of January coming in.
yeah, there are no more fucking houses. Sorry, excuse my language. I'm sorry, guys.
Not yet seeing the data here. It seems to be delayed from that 10 a.m. release.
User, yeah, I mean, yes, technically.
And pending home sales coming in down 5.7%
Target on
for
SQ.
the month of January. Economists had been expecting
I think you might see a bounce here at 109, but
a gain of about 1%
I
on
was
a
thinking
month-over-month basis.
107.45. Let me see something really quick.
Yo, pending home sales down. Watch for more downside on SPY and Qs.
105.50 is kind of my target for SQ right now. SQ Con's expensive. I'm not talking about next week's, dude. I was just. Yeah, they're down because there's no more houses. You want to know how I know?
PTOC, Pine Technology Acquisition Corp. This is the SPAC merger partner for a company called Tomorrow.io. Tomorrow.io announcing a research and development
We're green on
partnership
Apple, friends.
with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. No terms disclosed here.
All right, I'm about to put you in some atmosphere. Chill out, buddy. Oh, that's why I have Squawk Box for options on. So he's just yapping.
He's yapping around. Amazon, beautiful. Come on, break that low. Keep dying.
I want Apple below 160.50.
Bro, that green candle on Amazon, oof. I don't know if you saw that on the 5. Oof. That wrecked my things. I went up from I was up like $600 to being down 900 in one candle. Yeah. Talk about it. Great. But now I'm green again.
Who is Buddy who keeps talking? Are you talking about Alice?
Buddy?
I think he's talking about the dude on Bintica Pro. The guy.
Oh.
The guy. Oh, now I know who you're talking about. I'm just kidding.
I was like, damn, bro.
The guy, the buddy, the dude. Gotcha. What's up, buddy? I actually used to hate when people call me buddy, dude. That was like my pet peeve when I was younger. Hated it.
I know, me too.
I hated
AMD, let me take a look at AMD, bro. Sorry, my cough spill is like shit today, guys.
That's just the guy from Nzinga Pro. Guys, we're green on the Apple swing. Even if this doesn't go our way, that was still pretty cool.
AMD could definitely see some downside, bro. I would say it needs to go down from here. It doesn't really have any room above it. It's already rejected 118.53. That would have been my entry short on AMD, was 118.53. Because on the hourly, one of my higher moving averages, my 200 actually on the hourly, so 200 hourly moving average. And I would say it needs to break 115.71, and when it does, you should see 114.24. 114.24 though could be a really strong bounce. So keep that in mind. 114.24 could be a really strong bounce if it doesn't today.
Colin, I almost, if Atlas hadn't been talking just now, I probably would have yelled out loud, like screamed. Dude, I don't know. I don't know anymore, dude. I give up. Like, Macy's won't break out of its range, dude. It doesn't move. Look at it. Look at it right now. It's just like, man. They act like this, like, who's buying Macy's?
Yo, didn't Macy's have like a squeeze early in 2020 or something?
They tried to get squeezed of, I think it was something like that. I don't remember what the full details were, but
yo, Macy's might dump again. I just would give it a couple days.
Years. What?
And when I mean dump, I mean 23, 28.
Nice. To anybody, if you're an SQ, I mean, I would be trimming weeklies. Please God, if you're in weeklies trim, you should be up at like 80 or 90. I don't even know how Macy's.
Bro, here, no, I'll tell you how Macy's is a thing. So I went to the mall, like right here, the nicer mall on my side, like on the South Charlotte side of town, and it's just full of old white ladies shopping. Like, that's all it is. Like, I didn't see anybody else beside Macy's except a bunch of old white ladies shopping. No offense to old white ladies on Discord. Sorry.
All of a sudden, I'm an old white lady.
Old white ladies? Is that what she said?
Lassies. No, shit. That's not. Big Stepper. Yeah, Big Stepper keeps Macy's at that. You know what? We need to get.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, bro, I have a gift card right here for like $100 to Macy's. I just haven't used it. Like,
that's exactly right. It just sits there and is collecting dust. And what are you gonna get when you get there? Exactly.
For $100, a sweater or something. Or like a sweater at a discount. That's a nice old white lady. It's hilarious.
All right, so right now 162.25. Excuse me, 162.50 on Apple. If we break above that and you see that volume step up, guys, I'm gonna
listen. One thing I will say is, for some reason, I do get hit on a lot by like older white women. It's funny, like in their 50s.
Nice.
CARG Car Guru shares marking a new intraday high, up about 38% here. The company did have Q4 results, reporting better than expected Q4 results, and also some guidance last night after the close, and investors are responding very favorably here this morning. Shares again up about 38%. Charlie Alpha Romeo Golf, CARG.
Sorry, Austin.
That's not right. CHRG? CHRG? Is that what we said? I don't even know.
Dude, I gotta go find an inhaler. I'm fucking dying. I'll be right back.
I get hit on by security guards who think I'm stealing because I don't know how to dress myself. I'm just kidding. Can we just give El Dumpo?
All right. I have returned with some bombs.
ORCL Oracle shares breaking above the $75 level here over the last 10 minutes. $75 had served as some near-term resistance earlier in today's session, and since breaking above that level, shares have added about 70 cents here. Oracle shares just off a session high here. The stock up a little more than 1%. Last trade at 75.65. Oscar Romeo Charlie Lima ORCL.
All right, guys. So we're seeing something interesting right now, right? So typically,
S&P 500 futures back over the 4,300 level, 43.03 and 3/4. The last trade.
Even if there wasn't enough homes, but now you're seeing a mortgage application decline and an existing home sales decline. And typically, when there's not enough homes, you'll see mortgage applications kind of hold. They might lose a point or two, and home sales decline because there's not enough homes. But now you're seeing both decline. So just keep that in mind.
All right, I'm setting an alert on Apple.
Knack. Are you talking about like a knack drip, bro? I think a knack drip.
Lee, what are you doing?
Oh, you're talking about like, okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can actually get a knack drip.
See if a headline comes in the next couple minutes. For some bad shit.
Yeah, I'll look into that, bro. You know, you might have a chance of buying a house now, but, you know, interest rates are higher.
Another boring Friday.
Yeah, we're just chopping around right now.
Girls just want to have funds. That's fun. It's a talk show about stocks with some ladies. It's pretty cool.
It's called Bros Just Want to Have Fun.
No, it says girls just. How did you just change that?
I don't know. That's what I thought you said.
Man,
I have listening dyslexia.
It's sure. Just had to change in your mind. Pig. No shitty. Sorry, that's not. Never mind. Oh Lord. Piton still looks amazing, y'all. Short Piton. We're back up to about 16% on Piton. Oh my God! If you want a bag hold, if you're in Square, you're down on any weeklies. I know you are because I'm looking at the contracts.
What, they just mess up the contracts or what? Did the IV get wrecked?
What are you talking about on Square? Oh, dude, the little bounce. It just had a tiny bounce and just fucking all the premiums died. They were up like 60%. If you're in next week's, you're banking. Almost bricked. Premiums still suck. Are they really fluctuating bad? You know why? IV from earnings. Selling premiums probably be the way.
Since roasting me today, bro.
can't believe him. Are you guys having a fun? Isn't this exciting?
Dude, I'm gonna go get that drip, man. And I'll try the pills too. I'll get the drip this weekend, actually.
Bet you want to drink the drip and then snort the pill. Yeah, sorry.
Snort the pill, yeah. Drugs.
I'm bored. Trying to find something with some volume. Got a little uranium action happening.
You see, let me look at my volume scanner. I haven't really looked at it this morning.
Board looks like he kind of wants to be on. Today has been canceled. Go back to bed.
Dude.
No.
And I only have like one position open, and it's SPY. That's it. I closed out of Amazon for profit, thankfully. That was the dangerous play there for a second. You. That's some interesting volume.
What?
You. 3 U's.
Me. 5% on Apple, guys. I am hella tempted to add another one. I want to do it. Thoughts on plug? Really, I am a plug. Add it. All right, I'll add it.
Yo, Jack, do you mind sending me that in a DM, bro, so I can find it later so I don't forget?
Listen here, Jack.
Okay, I'm in SPY 40-30 puts next week. Do you think we could see some downside? 430. Oh, you went right in the money.
All right, I'll take a 157.50 for next week on Apple here. Stop loss is 157.50 for Apple. Stop loss is 162.25. Do not negotiate.
Trucker 2 times. Are you? What day next week? Are you expiring Monday or are you expiring Friday?
You
or Wednesday?
That's morbid.
CBT. What did you post? BT. What is that? That is FCX. If it doesn't break to the upside, it's gonna pull back for sure. So look at that resistance. It always respects it. Wednesday, okay. Here's my recommendation. If you took that SPY put today, did somebody signal that, or did you just you saw the chart and you took it? But if you took that that setup today, I would take profit on it today if you get in profit. Here's why I say that. And I'm just looking at historical patterns, okay? And this is just solely based off historical patterns. What I'm seeing on SPY is a potential for us to do almost like a little bit of an H setup where we
Don't try and fake it, you just watch it.
Right on the chart. I posted it in the chat yesterday, but let me draw it real quick.
What's up, boy? What's up, kitty cat? Kill?
He's my hyperbose. There we go, Pat. I'm anticipating here. Now, this isn't the best, anticipation of a move, but you'll kind of see where I'm going. So that's why I say maybe taking the profit today is not an awful idea. It's supposed to be gate options. Sorry. I'm about to post in the trucker. There we go.
Hey, where'd that go? Listen. Find an emergency NATO meeting. Oh, you had a call on Snap, not a put? Damn, dude, I'm sorry.
I'm about to post that picture. Trucker, my computer is just freaking out for some reason.
Did I see you? Look at this game.
Holy shit! Ukraine has just confirmed there's been a shelling against the kindergarten.
Oh, no.
Well, fuck. Damn, that's just so fucked up, man. There's been a shelling against the kindergarten.
You know what? If I was going to make a post last night about your least of your worries is your
U.S.
life.
Global Investors, ticker GROW, increases the limit to its annual program from
Like everything else is
2.7.
working fine except for Discord. It's taking me a second to get
Global Investors,
the
ticker
picture to actually load in the
GROW.
Discord. All right, Trucker 2 times. Okay.
Wait, she's getting stuff in the car, baby. Hold up.
So I want Spy to retest those lows there first. Then I anticipate a bounce over the next few trading days, hit that trend line, and then come down. I want us to reject that trend line and come down. Now, that's not guaranteed, right? Because headlines have been driving this this price action, really, right? We've been seeing a ton of price action that's really just driven by the news. So anything that could come out that's bad could cause the spy to tank.
This just coming in from Reuters. The Kremlin says Russian President Putin has agreed to organize negotiations after Zelensky said he was ready to discuss Ukrainian neutrality. The Kremlin says it has notified the Ukrainians of proposals to hold talks in Minsk, and Putin has called on Belarus's Lukashenko to organize Minsk talk with Ukraine.
Okay, this might cause Spy to rip, by the way. So
An update on that. The Kremlin says Ukraine proposed talks in Warsaw and then broke off contact.
If you're in AA, the call that you had on AA is up 34% covering your downside. Where's my AA button? There it is.
It's a mixture of different things, cute antelope. So Putin wants it back, but there's a little bit more to it. Yeah, Spy's ripping. There it is. All right, I'm out of my spy, but
Watch your Apple position here, guys, nearing the stop. Facebook's ripping. What's SQ doing? Watch SQ back up above 114.55. TP for AA is around $75.
I'm going to, depending on how this candle trades, I might actually take a spy long. But I just want to see what's going on with this candle. So part of it is the territory thing, but also Ukraine over the years has kind of been, how do I say this, poking the bear. They originally cut off a large water supply to a portion of Ukraine that was annexed by Russia, and Russia had to spend hundreds of millions of dollars rerouting water supply to them. There was a couple other situations with Ukraine and Russia, and I can't recall them. You'd have to read some of the history of all of it, but there's a couple of situations where it's kind of just like, yeah, you know, okay, you're pissing this guy off, like leave him alone kind of thing. But Russia has also been the innocent guy in the whole thing, right? They've also pushed back. So it's I wouldn't say it's deserved by any means, not at all.
Thinking about
The
taking
stop loss. Let's see.
Thinking about taking Microsoft long.
ASAP. Is that your name? I'm gonna try to pronounce that correctly. I think you're right. I think there's something fishy about that.
Microsoft 295.
Exactly, Rawad. That's also another thing. The NATO had said they would stop expanding like years and years ago, and they've been slowly getting one country after another to join. Yeah, that means you got lucky as fuck. You almost have to spend $1,000 on a new iPhone. Well, I guess it's waterproof to an extent, right? Yeah, I forgot. You might have to walk into the Macy's to get to the Apple store. When you walk into Macy's, just shove all the clothes on the floor and just start stomping on it. Maybe the stock will fall.
Looking at a 305 call for Macy or for Microsoft for next week for this gap fill, but I'm watching Apple and SPY to see whether or not this is going to be for real, because right now we're tapping. We would need to break back up above this, y'all, 162.50, or that's it.
$1.25 on her store down. Holy shit. Mystic Blaze is playing around, bro.
I'm watching Li Auto right now. I'm not sure what's happening. It looks as if, because I've seen it do this before, it'll jerk down, pop up, almost hit right about, like for me, I would say 27.65. So
Well, I don't think Belarus even wants anything to do with NATO, man. Just my 2 cents.
No, Lee Auto does this a lot. I'm waiting to see if it breaks and holds right here. Anyway, 2755 is where I would want to see Lee Auto. Look at Apple can't hold a new high.
I'm surprised Apple can't hold and everything else is holding.
Fuck, SQ is ripping.
Okay. So SPY's getting into that zone, but based off this headline that we have, SPY might absolutely just break through that level, no problem.
Johnson & Johnson, ticker J&J, headline coming in from Reuters indicating a U.S. judge has allowed the company's talc subsidiary to remain in bankruptcy court.
Over 4.3 million Bitcoin has been donated to the Ukrainian army. Interesting. It's like 30 Bitcoins or something. 50 Bitcoins.
Facebook has a gap all the way at 220. Could he get there today?
Damn, that's a big move for Facebook.
Yeah, it is. I was just measuring it. It'd probably take another couple days. Probably going into Wednesday of next week.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a massive move for one day. You look at the rejection, that's why. I bet you it'll take this level out. No problem. Even though volume is completely died down there.
SQ complex. I'm not really seeing any like super high probability setups right now.
Either.
I see a bear flag on Neo, but Singa has a gap. Look at Apple though. Someone's calling.
No, it's you. I just noticed though, look.
What is it?
It's not even a crack. It looks like the mirror was like sanded almost. It's literally like
Character.
I mean, it kind of looks like a seashell on the way. That's weird.
I see him every day on here for your page. Could you add the lead puts here? No, you need to wait for a sign. I'm waiting for something. I'm about to set alert and walk away. Tesla looks just like Apple. It needs to break above 798 and then push 802, and then you can start looking at 810. NVIDIA.
Guys, all I gotta say right now is be very careful with day trading in general, because I am constantly seeing mixed headlines.
Yeah.
I'm seeing mixed headlines left and right. Oh, they want to negotiate. And then now I'm just seeing a headline, Russian invasion of Ukraine advancing along 3 main lines of attack.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you're going to get chopped up.
Caught the SQ call. You caught that? Damn, dude. See, Boxer knows how to trade just like a comet. I'll just be like, yeah, SQ has a gap, or it looks like it's about to turn and climb back up above 114. This dude's like, hey, I just got 119%. It's awesome. To be honest with you, Nvidia is really heavily consolidated. You're gonna want to step out to this hourly and just keep it simple here. Above 241.50, you're gonna be looking for the 244, 245 level. Below 233.65, I'd be watching for the 230 retest. I'm still short Apple, guys, and I haven't cut anything. And here's what I'm doing right now. I'm setting alerts at my stop loss. Right now we're still not there, 162.50. So just gonna leave it there. Hold on one second. I'll be right back and grab us. So here's the headline that's gonna drive us down, in my opinion. Russia is in another country. Russia has stepped foot in NATO, anywhere, and open fire. Poland, it doesn't matter where. If it's NATO, it's a no-no, because that means we're involved. I really think that, so right when an event happens, right, like the market kind of mulls on it, and then oftentimes we'll sit and wait for and range and wait for the next headline, and that range can be, you know, pretty expansive, in my opinion, because you can end up pushing and popping like you did yesterday, but technically still down, you know, so. But you'd be looking for some type of headline where we're going to have to get involved. Is that a rocket? Damn, it didn't explode. I was going to say that, like, Vietnam was like the televised war. This is like the handheld war. You can open up your phone and see war. Like, legitimately.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's
the UK says that Russian armored forces have opened a new route of advance towards Kiev.
What it is?
And now says the bulk of Russian forces advancing towards the Ukrainian capital remain more than 50 kilometers from the center of the city.
Believe he just said that they've carved a new route into getting into the center of Kyiv. I'm curious as to what citizens might be fighting. I did see videos of Russian soldiers surrendering this morning.
Oh yeah.
You know what makes it just seem America's not like in a third world country or something, you know, or not America, but like this war isn't like it's in like a place that looks just like this, you know what I mean? Like it makes it West Ford real, you know, to see like all of that. Not that it doesn't feel real regardless, but it to me, man, it just sucks.
Here's the thing that blows my mind, man, is that this guy was willing to step out of line and say, if anybody intervenes,
U.S. defense official says the U.S. now has indications that an amphibious assault is underway west of the Ukrainian city of Mariupol.
Okay. There's an amphibious attack happening right now against Mariupol in Ukraine.
Okay. So nice. Wow. Good job, Russia. Good assholes.
Yeah,
a report from Reuters, the Italian foreign minister has said that Russia has been suspended from the Council of Europe.
Good.
Yeah, that'll serve him. Sorry.
All right. Let's see.
Why is? Oh, futures just faked out so hard. Or Yeah, listen to Jack. In short, Russia wants to overwhelm Kyiv once capital collapses, resistance collapses, multiple ground defenses develops north of Crimea. This is likely aim to encircle the bulk of Ukrainian forces, which have been concentrated. Would you say that the first wave,
Why? That's hilarious.
is like what you could consider to be like? Because I don't know if this is true. I've only read that like a lot of young men were like not tricked, but like almost tricked into tricked like into signing papers, and then like basically just like shipped off like to war. I'd have to pull up the article so it don't sound like I'm butchering it, but it was a legitimate, well, if you want to call it a legitimate news source, but yeah, what products does he use? Why does he look like that?
All right, hombres, I have to run and jump off for good old old time's sake. I might try to make it back for travel around 100%. But be careful with the headlines. Watch your positions. Make sure you hedge if you're going to go into the weekend. Regardless what direction you're going, if you're heavy in one direction, make sure you at least offset it by some puts, or if you're long, or if you're short, offset it by a couple calls, because you never know what's going to happen for the weekend. I personally will not be swinging that ton over the weekend. I have a couple positions, but nothing crazy. So be safe, guys. Take care.
You do.
Later, bro.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Daddy. Ellie wanted to show you something real quick that she got.
Whoa. Those your new light up shoes? Yeah. Let me see. Stop.
Stop.
Wow.
I went ahead and got it a size 10.
Awesome. Very cool.
Ellie picked them out.
I would just have a good trigger point to plant one or the other, but it's like why move up? I don't know. Yeah, Jack, I assumed that those articles were doing something of the sort. Yeah, Apple is at my stop loss right now. I'm watching it.
A reminder that the U.S. Federal Reserve will be issuing its monetary policy report today in about 15 minutes here, scheduled for 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Stocks marking new session highs here. S&P 500 futures now up 1%.
Watching a video for
Last trade at 43.27 in S&P 500 futures.
All right, I'm cutting Apple. 13 seconds here. SQ, that's right. SQ has the gap, guys. So keep your eyes peeled on that SQ gap. See if SQ has better. I mean, jeez Louise. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and cut Apple. Cutting Apple. Good shot. Good hedge, but no cigar. I'm out. Oops. Watch Amazon. If you're in Amazon to the upside, watch Amazon to around 31. I'm going to say 31.
The U.S. defense officials saying that Russia remains to be hitting largely Ukrainian military targets. That headline by Reuters.
SQ 125 March 4th calls look good for people who's in bigger accounts. If you're in AA, you can cut your put, right? And you can let the call move to the upside, or you can hold the put and let the call move to the upside. But this one ultimately, I believe, is still short. So. There's a gap on it on Facebook way up there. Yeah, I'm all out of Apple.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
I love your bathing suit. You like it? Yeah. Super cute. Oh man. I would see if you're gonna go and break 163. Apple has a I would say 164. I honestly think it can go to the upside, and possibly hit the 164.20 level. It's had AMD going first gap. Oh shit. 121.40. What is causing this green candle? Talks between the potential talks, which probably between the Kremlin, possibly people anticipating data. So alrighty guys, I will be right back in just a little bit. I gotta go get my, it's actually right down the road, it's like 5 or 6 minutes, but I gotta go get my license switched over. So UK says it has summoned Belarusian ambassador, affirmed its commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty. Interesting. Well, we shall see. All right, guys. For AA, again, that upside target 75.65. So TP that call right around there, and I will be back. TP half to the Apple call. Awesome. Oh my God, the Hulk just throwing a whole bear. All right, guys.